everyone, it's Holly from HollyHall.com. We are going to be looking at this astrological chart and all of her health issues. Stay tuned because you may learn something about your own health issues simply by watching this. The first thing that stands out for me is all of this signs in Cancer right away. And it's been affecting her for the last 6 to 8 months. And it's going to continue to affect her until Pluto leaves that area in Capricorn. Remember, I do stereo astrology. And what does this mean? It means that she's very sensitive to dairy. In fact, she should be intolerant to dairy. If she was a client of mine, I would say stop dairy 100%, at least for 6 weeks. And what will happen is she will see her allergies that she gets in her lungs related to it start to disappear, and her small intestinal tract and her digestive system will start to increase. Dairy creates a lot of mucus in her system, and she's also experiencing a lot of the inflammation in the lungs, and the inflammation in her digestive system is causing her a lot of problems. Now, she may not be aware of this because she
you
doesn't
really
have
want
the
to help me
chronic
out?
dairy
Please like
symptoms,
and
which means you go
subscribe
running
to
that.
this video and channel.
Bathroom within seconds, or you've got severe pain and cramping. No, this is something that is chronically affecting her long term. Even if she goes without dairy up to 6 weeks, which she will see a huge improvement in her health, she will find that if in a couple of weeks she just tries a little dab of dairy, a little piece of chocolate, it'll flare up even worse. This is a person that I would say there's no way you can have dairy in your life. And you've got to take a look at everything. Chips have dairy, chocolate bars have dairy, health food bars have dairy. You got to look at casein. One time I was going to Starbucks and I found out that their coconut, which I'm far beyond that now. Now I just use pure coconut milk, and that's it, in a can. And then I add water and make my own milk. However, coconut milk, a lot of people that are dairy free were saying, give me coconut milk at Starbucks, and it had casein in it. Casein is a byproduct of whey, and whey is a byproduct of dairy. So a lot of people don't understand this, and they don't get that. But sure enough, this is a regular client of mine, and born in 1980 in Italy. And she did say, I have all those problems. I have allergies, which affects my lungs. I have asthma. I've had childhood asthma. I grew up on a farm. All we did was eat pure dairy, which is actually the best form if you're going to have it. She had raw dairy, which is great. But in this case, no, even from her mother's milk. And she did ask her mother, because I said, ask your mother, because I'm sure you were colicky, which is a dairy reaction a lot of times to the mother's milk. Not always, but a lot of times it is. And, or if they're giving her milk in a bottle. And she said, yeah, she was, for the first 6 months, her mom thought she was going to go crazy because of how colicky she was. That was the culprit, was the dairy. And the other thing that she has to be careful of is when she eats the dairy, she's emotionally dysregulated. And don't ask me how I know this or how I've gotten this information. Many of my clients have proved this to be true. With more dairy that she, in fact, just any dairy in her life, she'll be emotionally dysregulated. And how that happens is because she's very sensitive. She's very empathic and she picks up on the feelings and emotions of others. She thinks she's just moody, but she's not. She's just empathic. And when she's got the inflammation in her system, she doesn't know how to handle the emotions. She has hers, doesn't know if there's somebody else's. She's moody. She can't regulate them. And when she went dairy free, this is a long-term client of mine, all of a sudden she could tell the difference. She knew if it was her feeling, if it was somebody else's feeling, and then she would empathically pick up on the feeling. She would support and help her loved ones better because she knew it wasn't hers most of the time. I don't know how that works out, but it's true. The other thing that she has here is she's got a sun moon conjunct with her north node. Not only is dairy a culprit for her, dairy will be the same problem for one of her children. And that child is going to go down rabbit holes around it. I've already done a reading for that child, and that child does have a moon in Cancer and also another planet in Cancer, and a rising in Cancer. And indeed, they do have severe allergies to dairy. She had been going everywhere for her child, who also had a bad temperament. It was Mars, and Mars was right there. So Mars was being triggered, and feelings were being turned into anger, dysregulation in her child's anger. She eliminated dairy from that child as well. Got better. Now, I'm not a medical professional, so do your own due diligence. And I tell all my clients this, follow up with a naturopath. a healthcare provider that you can trust, or do your own research. But that really helped her son enormously. Now, this was going to shift. She's a piece of the puzzle that's going to have help shift the healthcare industry. When I say piece of a puzzle, you've ever seen those 5,000 piece puzzles? Just take a look at it like that. She's one piece of 5,000 people that have souls that have come to Earth to try to change the food system in the food industry. And her son had a contract to do that. So this is what they did. So she awakened her doctor. She awakened her teachers. She awakened some of the family members. She awakened a bunch of her friends. And in fact, she started a Facebook group based on it. She's been a client of mine for about 5 years. And this comes through her child is a daughter, and this is generational. And her mother had it as well, according to this. And this is something that she's come into in past lives with Pluto and the moon. This has to do with having mission in his lifetime. So this is where her mission is. And that mission is to look at dietary food systems. That's Virgo right there. That's health. That's food. And we want to look, where's Virgo's sixth house right here. And this has to do with, because it's with here, Neptune, that means there's a mystery around it that she has to uncover. It was difficult for her because that perfectionist side of her is easily criticized. And she had a hard time with the practitioners and people thinking she was crazy, but she did it. The other health issues that she has to get double checked, triple checked, because she'll be misdiagnosed many times, or they'll say there's nothing wrong. It's all in your head. Maybe you should get more sleep. She literally had those kind of answers from professionals. And that made her feel alone, made her feel abandoned. That's all the Neptune thing. And I look at the Neptune here, and she's in the States. She was born in Rome, Italy, but she's in the States, and it was costing her a pretty penny for all of this. That's one of the reasons why she started a Facebook group, realizing other people needed to know how to deal with this when it comes to finances. This is it for the chart to teach you guys what it's like to look at a chart and look at health issues. I could go on about a lot of other different things. When she has difficulty in relationships, she'll be prone to headaches and outbursts of anger, but that anger comes in where she's criticizing her partner. I could go on forever with this, but I want to end it here. Hey, if you would like to have your chart looked at and a question answered, I could do it in a recording like this and put it up on my YouTube channel. Just make a comment below, give me the information, and I'll get it done. Namaste.